life's left dancing on the roof. It's like they're calling out, don't lose your youth, 'cause I can stay inside and step away inside.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today is a weigh-in video, and it's also kind of like a fall vlog. So come along with me and I will show you what Vietnam looks like in the fall. Well, it's not necessarily fall, it's called the rainy season here. But today the weather was very nice, and it is a perfect time to first go to the gym and then go to the park afterwards. I'm really lucky because our gym is not that far from our house. It's like a 10-minute walk. The temperature today is about 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's gonna stay this way for the rest of the rainy season. It's not gonna get much lower than this. On my way to the gym, I always pass this really cute cat cafe and look for the hairless cats. There's 2 of them here. I don't know why, but for some reason, these 2 are my favorite. They're so cute. The gym is in the top floor of a very large mall here in Ho Chi Minh City. And for my workout, I start off with 5 minutes on the treadmill, and then I go to doing a HIIT workout. But it can't just be any type of HIIT. It has to be HIIT with weights. Otherwise, my heart rate does not get high enough. I like doing HIIT with kettlebells. I love this because they're so easy to use, and I'm not as fond of using dumbbells. For some reason, I just prefer using kettlebells. When I do this type of workout, I usually get so zoned in on the workout that I completely forget what time it is, and by the time it's been 1 hour or almost time to leave the gym, I'm like, what? It's over? I feel like I haven't been doing it that long. So time seems to pass by much quicker when I work out this way, making it much more enjoyable. Now today, after a very hard workout, I got to go to the park. It was really nice just to go there by myself, kind of clear my head. This wasn't as crowded today because it's in the middle of the day, getting closer to lunchtime. Most people are home cooking something to eat. So I had the park mostly to myself. This is a really cute pond, and you'll always see people tossing in bread for the fish. I think they're like koi fish or something. I didn't have any bread with me today, so you won't be able to see them. But what you'll see quite a bit of are cats. And because there's not a lot of people here right now, the cats were out and about trying to either fish or find some other type of food. Now, as I was filming, I was trying to run away. Well, not necessarily run away, but just avoid the geese. I despise geese. They are so mean and aggressive. See? Very aggressive. And then gotta film some of the ducks. Oh, these are called massage rocks, something like that. You walk on them barefoot, and it does feel painful as you're doing it, especially if you have a lot of tension. But after walking on this for a while and then putting back on your socks and your shoes, it felt so relaxing afterwards. Like, I just can't quite describe the feeling, but it felt so nice. Was it as enjoyable walking on it in the moment? No, but afterwards you really do feel the effect that it has. If you're here on the weekends or even during some of the peak times, like after work or first thing in the morning, you'll see a lot of people here, mainly elderly people, walking on these, standing on them and doing some workouts. I don't know how they can stand on these for so long and even do a workout on these things. Like, how? I can barely walk on them for a long distance. And then you can even see that I wimped out partway through. But anyway, it was still very nice to have this moment, quiet moment all to myself, and have the entire path to myself as well. And after having some fun at the park, I got to go home, shower, and squeeze in a bit of work. It was really nice to have that small moment to myself, clearing my head, not worrying about what was around me, or feeling so dependent because I'm always with David when I go out, so this was quite a nice moment to have. Okay, that is it for the fall/vlog part of the video. Now getting into the weigh-in. For my measurements, they're pretty much the same as what they were in the last video. So my weight, my waist, everything is the same. But what I did do is I took the scale, well, I went on this scale that they have at the gym, and that scale measures your body fat percentage with, what is it? Electrodes? No, it can't be electrodes. I don't know, but it's called the scale itself is called InBody. And anyway, I took that. Now on this paper, it does have a disclaimer. You'll see a picture of this up here. I'll put it in. Where is the disclaimer? Oh. Well, it has a side note here. Total score reflects the evaluation of the body composition. A muscular person may score over 100 points. Oh, here's the other disclaimer. Segmental fat is estimated. So for all of the measurements, well, not all of the measurements, but segmental fat, and I'm gonna guess also lean muscle analysis, is just estimated. It's not 100%. So bearing that in mind as I'm going over all of this with you guys, I'm not taking it as one all be all, okay? So for the first measurement, what it says is total body water, 41.4. This is in liters as well. And the suggested is 30.9 to 37.7. But the person that weighed me told me that this is okay, not to worry too much about it. Protein per kilogram, I'm guessing that's per kilogram, 11.0. So that's over, and I was told to take down my protein intake. Minerals, I'm high in minerals. Body fat mass in kilograms, 27.7. And for my height and weight, well, for my height, I should be to 12.1 to 19.4. So I do have quite a bit of body fat to lose. And the weight apparently is different between the two scales, because after this, I took on the scale. After weighing myself on this scale, I weighed myself again on the other scale that they have inside the bathroom in the gym, and it still said that I'm 85. But on the scale for this one, it says I am 84.4. So there is a little discrepancy between those two. So muscle to fat analysis, my weight, again, 84.4. Skeletal muscle mass. This one I was told I'm over the normal ratio, or what is suggested for my height, and I have 31.3 kilograms. I'm actually pretty happy with this because I do like feeling strong, and knowing that I have, well, a lot of muscle, I'm actually pretty happy with that, and I do want to make this number even better. Funny thing to note, so David got this done as well. He took this measurement, and I am only 4 kilograms less than him compared to skeletal muscle mass. Pretty cool. I wouldn't have guessed that looking at, well, David. And 4 kilograms, that's, even though it's a significant difference, I was still surprised that it was much smaller than what I would have figured or guessed. All right, going on body fat mass, kilograms, 27.7. So same as what I've already mentioned. Okay. BMI, that's something that I haven't calculated for some time, and my BMI is 29.9. I want to calculate this on one of those BMI calculators that you can get or find online pretty much anywhere, and see if I get the same number. It's the same. Okay, BMI is the same. Body fat percentage. That was the other thing that was significantly different between the number that I calculated in the last video. I believe there I said I was around 24 to 25%, and here it says I am 32.9%. So that's a 2% difference. Well, 1%, 2%. But still a significant difference. So that's why I always say to take the numbers that you're calculating through one of those calculators online to one of these ones with a grain of salt, just using it as a way to gauge. What I usually like to do is when I calculate one of those numbers, then I typically stick to using that method to see how much it is changing throughout my weight loss journey, because if you switch between methods and you see different numbers all the time, then it's going to get a little bit confusing. You might feel down because one day you're reading that you're 20, just a brain fart. But one day you read that you have a high body fat percentage, next day you read that you have a lower, and then a few weeks later you read that you have a higher body fat percentage and you're using a different method to measure the body fat percentage. So what you should do, and what I've done, is just use a single method to calculate the body fat percentage and stick with it, continuing to see those numbers either decline or increase, and again, take it with a grain of salt. Okay, going down, I really love this part of the measurements because it gives you an idea for the lean analysis, segmental lean analysis, so measuring the muscles. Apparently I am over in my arms and I am over in my abdominal. Forgot the word abdominal, but I'm not actually happy with that. I actually want to put on a little bit more muscle, just because I like feeling strong. I like the way it makes me feel when I lift weights. And also I'm worried about my loose skin because it's gonna be pretty loose. I already noticed quite a bit of sagging, especially here. So if I put on just a little bit more muscle, it can help kind of fill it out, make it less wobbly, or just a little less wobbly. So I still want to add on some more muscle. The one thing that I was surprised about, one of the strongest points on my body are my legs. Okay, my legs are the strongest. And here it says I'm normal. I shouldn't be normal. Well, I wouldn't expect it to be normal, but apparently it's normal. Okay. Again, estimated. Going on to the segmental fat. So I am over in all areas of my body. I think that one for me was pretty obvious, not surprising. Other thing that I liked about this scale is it tells you like a suggested target weight. And my target weight is 73.6 kilograms. So I would have to lose 10.8 kilograms of fat. Going on to the next measurement, visceral fat. This is where the person weighing me really talked about it. I'm apparently at a level 12. I should be at a 10 or below. So it's considered actually pretty high. So that's where all the suggestions came in about what I should be doing to lower this number. Now, knowing all of this with the scale, even though I know it's not 100% correct, in fact, I don't think there is a lot of measurements or things that you can do to know if it's 100% correct, but I still like this because it does give me an idea of where I am at and getting a little bit creative as to what I should do. So I have been concentrating a lot on weightlifting, and I do that because I love it. It's not as boring as, well, cardio. I don't like cardio unless I'm jogging outdoors where I can kind of distract myself and get lost in the scenery. So jogging on a treadmill, I've been having a love-hate relationship with it, or just a love-hate relationship with cardio in general. But seeing this and knowing that I have quite a bit of visceral fat that I need to get rid of, then I will have to be adding in more cardio. And I think, as I mentioned earlier, I have been doing more HIIT, but the problem is if I do regular HIIT exercises where you're not using any kind of weights at all, I find that my heart rate doesn't get into the zone that it needs to be. I watch my Fitbit pretty closely, actually, and the only time that I can get it in the range is if I'm adding in weights into the HIIT workouts. So using kettlebells and dumbbells, those are what get my heart rate into the range. And I feel like I'm not gonna be losing any of the muscle mass as well if I am working with the weights. The other thing that I am going to be doing more of is cardio. Anyway, I'm gonna be taking this measurement one last time because I do have one last chance to do it. And I'm gonna be doing it closer to the beginning of November. Actually, it is gonna be in the beginning of November. So I can measure myself one last time. And I'm gonna see how much of a difference I can make between now and when I measure myself next. Okay, that is it for the weigh-in video. I hope that you guys found this video helpful, maybe enjoyable. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.